Common sense tells us that we should know and understand a little more than the people who lived 100 years before us, and a lot more than the people who lived 1,000 years ago. But if that's true, why is it that so many of the world's brightest minds are still mystified by the mysterious archaeological discoveries you're about to see in this video? The Nymphaeum of the Rain, a stunning semi-subterranean leisure room adorned with frescoes, located in the Farnese Gardens on the Palatine in Rome, has been beautifully restored and reopened to the public. This historical gem, initially built in the second half of the 16th century by Cardinal Alessandro Farnese, was a testament to the grandeur of private botanical gardens in Europe. The Nymphaeum was commissioned by Cardinal Odoardo Farnese as a summer triclinium, a place to escape the summer heat in Rome. It was later transformed into a more magnificent space by his heir, also named Odoardo, who employed the family architect Girolamo Rinaldi to create a sumptuous nymphaeum inspired by the sanctuaries of ancient Roman Greece. This space, once a hub for parties and concerts, featured a fountain designed to mimic natural rainfall, complete with faux stalactites and a complex hydraulic system. The walls and ceilings, decorated by Baroque artist Giovan Battista Magni, known as Il Modanino, created an illusion of an open pergola with birds, grapevines, and musicians. Despite falling into neglect and disrepair in the 18th century, the Nymphaeum has now been revived, showcasing its original frescoes and the elaborate Fountain of the Rain, offering a glimpse into the cultural context of Baroque Rome and its ancient influences. In the ancient Roman settlement of Lucus Asturum in northern Spain, a unique Roman sandal, estimated to be 2,000 years old, has been discovered, offering a glimpse into the daily life and fashion of the era. The sandal, thought to have been lost by a well cleaner, was found during recent excavations that also unearthed a large house with a courtyard and a well. This particular sandal stands out due to its distinctive design featuring circles, ovals, and sickle-like patterns. It's a rare find, as there are fewer than 20 preserved Roman sandals in Hispania, and this one is unique in its make and decoration. The sandal's remarkable preservation is attributed to the anaerobic environment at the well's bottom, which prevented the growth of microorganisms. The excavation, led by archaeologist Esperanza Martin, reached a depth of about 10 feet, uncovering not only the sandal, but also a fragment of the well's wooden cover, tiled floor designed for silt separation, and various items including jars, seeds, chestnuts, a bronze cauldron, and a metal ring. The site of Lucus Asturum itself, mentioned in Ptolemy's geography, was a key administrative and communication hub from the 1st to the 4th centuries, and these findings add to our understanding of its historical and cultural significance. We're sticking with the Roman theme as we move to Frankfurt, Germany, where archaeologists have made another fascinating discovery. They've unearthed 46 graves dating back to the Roman era, which intriguingly suggests that the deceased were immigrants with Gallic funerary customs. This discovery came as a surprise during a 6-week salvage operation, initially aimed at recovering any archaeological materials before they were lost to agricultural work. The area, which was swampy terrain in the 1st century, was sparsely populated and primarily inhabited by the Germanic Chatti tribe. The Roman army's expansion in the region led to the development of rural settlements along newly built roads and waterways, attracting tribes from northern Germany. Among the graves, 44 were cremation burials and 2 were inhumations. Additionally, 6 rectangular ditch systems were identified, possibly marking special burials. A notable find was the foundation of a tomb, which, despite being dismantled in the Middle Ages, indicates the burial ground's significance from the early 3rd century. The presence of items like a complete glass urn in some graves points to a certain level of prosperity. This discovery not only offers a glimpse into the past lifestyles and customs, but also highlights the cultural integration during the Roman era in this region. The Sikri Stupa, a remarkable work of Buddhist art from the Kushan period, dates back to the 3rd to 4th century and is currently housed in the Lahore Museum in Pakistan. This stupa consists of 13 narrative panels that vividly depict events from the life of Buddha. The panels were meticulously restored to their original order, a process that began during the tenure of Harold Arthur Dean in British India, now part of Pakistan. One of the panels notably illustrates the Dipankara Jataka, a story of Buddha's incarnations before his birth as Siddhartha Gautama. In this depiction, Sumita is shown in 4 forms: engaging with a flower seller, throwing lotus flowers in the air, prostrating before Buddha, and finally, suspended in the air like a lotus flower. This narrative closely mirrors the legend of the Dipankara Jataka. The Sikri Stupa's panels are a testament to the rich narrative tradition in Buddhist art, particularly in the Gandhara region. The detailed depictions provide insights into the religious and cultural milieu of the time. The stupa's preservation and display in the Lahore Museum allow contemporary audiences to connect with this ancient artistic heritage. A little while ago, in the ancient city of Amasris, Turkey, a statue initially thought to be a nymph or water fairy was identified as Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. This discovery was made during excavations at a depth of about 12 feet in the gymnasium structure of the ancient city. The statue, standing at about 5 feet tall, is believed to date from the 2nd century. Academics and experts from Barton University and the Culture and Tourism Ministry conducted a detailed examination of the statue, comparing it with approximately 20 other Aphrodite statues found in Turkey. They concluded that the statue bore characteristics of both a nymph and Aphrodite, but further examinations confirmed it to be definitively Aphrodite. The statue was placed on display at the Amasra Museum in a ceremony, marking a significant addition to the museum's collection. The deputy director of the Amasra Museum, Guray Khan Aytekin, noted the statue's S-curve posture, a style particularly prevalent in the work of Praxiteles' school during the 4th century BCE, and later adapted in the Roman period. The discovery of this statue is not just a significant find for the museum, but also for the city of Amasra, which is already on the UNESCO tentative list for its castle structure. Now we head to the picturesque North Cotswolds of southern England, where a metal detectorist named Glenn Manning made a remarkable discovery: 2 1,800-year-old Roman cavalry swords, still sheathed in remnants of their wooden casings. These swords, likely used by Roman soldiers or civilians while on horseback, are believed to be a type of weapon known as a spatha. Spathas were favored for their long, straight blades, especially useful for those riding on horseback. Unlike the shorter Roman gladius used by foot soldiers, spathas provided an advantage due to the extra height when mounted. This find is particularly rare in Britain, where finding multiple Roman swords together is uncommon. The discovery of these swords in the Cotswolds raises intriguing questions about their origin and purpose in this location. The swords are now being studied by archaeologists and are expected to be displayed at the Corinium Museum in Cirencester next year. The preservation of these swords offers a tangible connection to a time nearly 2 millennia ago, providing a unique insight into the weaponry and tactics of the Roman cavalry. In Tusculum, an ancient city located about 15 miles outside Rome, archaeologists from the Spanish School of History and Archaeology of Rome have unearthed a striking marble statue of a female figure. Despite missing its head and parts of its arms, the statue, carved from flawless white Parian marble, is a remarkable example of ancient craftsmanship. The quality of the carving, particularly the fine details of the draping and the wet fabric of the chiton clinging to the skin, is comparable to some of the greatest works of antiquity, like the Aphrodite aria found in Epidaurus. The statue's upper body is draped in a fawn skin, an attribute typically associated with followers of Dionysus. This style of depiction is often dated between the mid-1st century BCE and the mid-1st century CE. Tusculum itself has a storied past, with its founding attributed to mythological Greek heroes or their descendants. The city was significant in ancient times, becoming the first municipium cum suffragio, granting its citizens the right to vote and hold public office in Rome. In the late Republic, Tusculum transformed into a fashionable location for country villas of Rome's elite, including Cicero and the imperial Flavi family. Next up, we have the world-famous site of Pompeii, where a recent excavation along the Via de Nola has unearthed a fascinating glimpse into the political life of the city before it was buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 CE. Archaeologists discovered a series of electoral inscriptions, akin to modern-day political posters, within a room that once housed the lararium, a sacred household altar. These inscriptions, dating back almost 2,000 years, highlight the political campaign of a candidate named Aulus Rustius Verus, who may have used bread as an incentive to secure votes. This practice of exchanging votes for favors, evident from the inscriptions, was already prevalent in ancient Pompeii. The location of these inscriptions inside a house, rather than on external facades, as was customary, suggests that political campaigning and patronage were deeply integrated into daily life, even within private residences. This particular house, possibly belonging to a supporter of Verus, also contained a bakery, perhaps the heart of the bread for votes strategy. The initials ARV found on a volcanic millstone near the entrance further support this theory. The discovery of these inscriptions, along with the remains of a votive offering at the lararium, provides a unique insight into the political and social dynamics of Pompeii, illustrating how ancient practices of political campaigning bear striking similarities to modern methods. In the charming city of Lier, just outside Antwerp in Belgium, something quite extraordinary has been discovered beneath a modern street. During recent sewer works, archaeologists stumbled upon the foundations of a road dating back to the 15th century. This discovery is particularly intriguing because, unlike the stone-paved Roman roads, medieval roads were often made of perishable wood, making such finds incredibly rare. The road managed to survive all these years thanks to a thick layer of clay that preserved the timber. Lier's history is deeply rooted in its medieval past. The town grew around the hermitage of Saint Gumarus, an 8th century saint, and became a site of pilgrimage. By the end of the 14th century, Lier had blossomed into a significant center for the textile trade. The discovery of this road offers a glimpse into the city's shift from religious to economic and industrial infrastructure, including merchant halls, quays, bridges, and roads. The road's existence was known from 16th century maps, but finding physical remains was unexpected. Now, archaeologists are meticulously documenting these wooden foundations. Although they aren't valuable objects in themselves and disintegrate when unearthed, the mayor assures us that everything has been carefully inventoried, measured, and photographed. This past summer, in Saulo Perteli, southwest Finland, a local landowner stumbled across a Crusader-era sword dating back to around 1050 to 1150. The discovery was made after heavy rains exposed a piece of iron jutting out from a geothermal pipe trench. The sword, with its straight crossbar hilt and three-sided oval pommel, led to an even more significant find. Archaeologists from the University of Turku, led by Professor Juha Ruhonen, conducted a thorough investigation of the site. They unearthed not only additional blade fragments and a piece of the scabbard, but also an array of intriguing items, including iron objects, remnants of a leather belt adorned with bronze pendants, and a knife sheath. Most intriguingly, human bones and possible coffin parts were found, indicating this was a burial site. The excavation revealed a larger cemetery with at least 8 graves just from the walls of the pipe trench, and estimates suggest there could be as many as 200 graves. This discovery is particularly significant as it suggests a much earlier Christian church organization in the area than previously thought, potentially predating the establishment of Perteli Parish in the 15th century. Radiocarbon dating and further studies are underway to uncover more about this intriguing site. Here's news of a significant archaeological discovery in Orkney, Scotland. A team of archaeologists from National Museums Scotland and Cardiff University have unearthed the ruins of an incredibly rare 5,000-year-old tomb. Despite previous damage by Victorian antiquarians, the site at Holme East Mainland gave up 14 skeletons of men, women, and children laid out with care. This find is not just about bones, it's a window into the past, offering insights into the lives of these Neolithic people through DNA and isotope analysis. The site also yielded other treasures, including pottery, stone tools, and a bone pen, thanks to the efforts of local volunteers and the University of Central Lancashire. The tomb, originally a stone cairn about 50 feet in diameter, contained a 23-foot-long passage leading to a central stone chamber and 6 smaller cells. This type of tomb, a pinnacle of Neolithic engineering in Scotland, has only been recorded 12 times in Orkney. The discovery is a testament to the rich archaeological heritage of Orkney and offers a unique opportunity to learn more about the Neolithic people's lives and customs. We're finishing with the news that a 2,600-year-old Etruscan tomb has been uncovered in the ancient city of Volci, Italy. This untouched, double-chambered tomb, part of the Osteria necropolis, was discovered in April and has recently been opened, revealing its secrets. The entrance, once blocked by stone slabs, led to 2 chambers carved into volcanic tufa. The first chamber held 4 Etruscan amphorae designed for wine, while the second chamber presented a mix of amphorae and ceramics from Eastern Greek regions and local crafters, including the renowned Black Bucero pottery. 2 amphorae from Chios, known for producing highly prized wine in the Greco-Roman world, were particularly notable. This tomb, now known as the Tomb of the Silver Hands, also contained a tablecloth from an Etruscan funeral banquet, iron objects, and a bronze cauldron, all in excellent condition. The arrangement of these artifacts suggests the tomb belonged to a high-class Etruscan family, offering a unique insight into their funerary practices and the ancient wine trade. The Etruscans, flourishing in central Italy from the 8th to the 4th centuries BCE, were renowned for their sophisticated tomb architecture and wine production. This discovery at Volci not only enriches our understanding of Etruscan culture, but also highlights the significance of wine in their society and the intricate rituals surrounding death and burial. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy watching new videos on my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!